There's going to be no gatekeeping on this video. Everyone talks about creating content with AI, but no one's showing you the complete system. I'm talking about a system where you could put your transcript, your meetings, your brainstorming sessions, and it will create tweets and threads, carousels, LinkedIn posts, Substack articles, a whole talking head video with your AI avatar, and a story with your AI character. All in one tool, one location. You don't have to toggle through all these AI tools. And in this video, we're going to break it down section by section. I promise you it's going to be extremely simple, literally a copy and paste. And I'm gonna walk you through each step, from step one of creating the transcript all the way to the complete system where all you have to do is type in one thing and it'll make everything. And to make it easier and for you to go along with it, I created a Notion template that's in the description, and the QR code is about to pop up so you could follow along with all the skills and the prompts that we're going to need. This is going to be a Claude Cowork masterclass. So get your Claude open, get your pen and your pad, and let's start with step one. So step one, we're gonna open up Claude Cowork. Now, what most don't know is that you can transcribe a video and audio right inside of Cowork. If you don't believe me, you could put in the prompt of, if I gave you a YouTube URL or gave you a video, could you transcribe it? And it will say yes. And so what we did was gave it a YouTube URL for this example, but you can upload your own video, and it made the transcript right here into a markdown file that automatically saves into your Google Drive. Now that we have the input to run this, now let's build out the system. Now, what we are about to create is what I call DraftLoop, where you're taking your videos, your journal entries, your meetings, and you're turning it into a draft machine, where the transcript is now turned into written, visual, and video content automatically inside of Cowork. Now, to visually see what we're about to build with DraftLoop is that we already have our transcript. Once we have that and we enter it in Cowork, it's going to go through a content edit. Then we're going to build out everything from the threads to the LinkedIn posts to the carousels and the HeyGen AI avatar. Now, overall, we're going to build 9 skills, but I don't want you to be intimidated because majority of this is going to be copy and paste. So I don't want you to feel like manually you're going to have to do anything. To break it down even simpler, it's only 5 sections. We have our foundation, we have our written side, the visual, the video, and then at the end of this video, we're going to show you how it is simple to just type in one thing and it creates everything automatically. So the first thing we have to do to set up the system is the foundation, which is our brand voice. This is a very important skill to set up first and foremost, because this determines our tone, our patterns, our phrases, everything for it to sound exactly like us when we're making our tweets and LinkedIn and Substack posts, so it doesn't sound like generic slop. Now I'm gonna set you up for success, because the prompts that I'm about to give you is going to read your past conversations and see what your brand voice and the rest of the skills are going to be. And if you don't have any information in it, or if it doesn't have everything, it's going to ask you questions. So in your Notion page, you're going to see this setup prompt. And so I want you to copy it, go into Claude Cowork, hit customize, go into new skills, and hit the plus sign, create skills, and create with Claude. What we're going to do is get rid of this, hit that setup skill right there. So it's going to set it up to ask you questions and go through your past Claude. But then we're going to get the full brand voice skill. So this is what the full brand voice skill, and it's going to get everything that it needs from you as far as your name, your brand, your audience, all of that is going to be in there. Copy it, you paste it, and now you're going to hit enter. And literally we're going to be doing this with all the skills. So now we're getting into the actual content. So we're going to build out the threads, the LinkedIn, the Substack, and the 5 lens framework. So getting into the written side, like the tweets and the threads and LinkedIn posts, let me show you what it can actually create before we set up these skills. So I had put a transcript in and it created these tweets. So it gave me 15 tweets from the transcript, right? Then it gave me 3 threads that I can use, right? And this is good for X or threads. It also has my LinkedIn posts all in this document. So it has 3 different LinkedIn posts, as you can see. I lied, actually 4. And last part about the written one is the Substack. It actually made 3 different essays that I can use and put onto my Substack. and it saved everything into my Google Drive. Now for the tweets and threads, we don't have to do that setup prompt that I showed you earlier. It's very simple. It's gonna go through a tweet pass and a threads pass. So you can have your options of how you wanna go, either short or whether you have more of a dialogue into your written content. So for each of these, we don't need to do the setup prompt. All we have to do is get the actual skill and put it into Claude. So for example, for the tweets and threads, we're gonna go down to where it says the full skill instructions. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna go back into skills, and all we're going to do is paste it and press go. And we're doing that with each of these. With the LinkedIn one, we're just gonna go and copy the instructions. We're gonna do that for a Substack, do the same thing, as well as the 5-lens framework. So when it's all said and done with the written section, you'll be able to generate your tweets and your threads and everything that we just did from the written section. But now, how do we do the visual? So remember, at the end, we're going to set it up to hit a button, but we can't miss any of these steps. So let's get into the next one. With the visual side, we're going to make carousels and a storyboard for our AI character. And so what it's going to do is look something like this. So this is kind of the style that I like, where it looks like it's being written on paper, has a pen. Also, I had created a storyboard with my LB character, so I can set it up that my video can just do all of these different scenes. Now to make this work, we don't only just need the skill, we need the connectors. And for this to work, we need the Higgsfield connector. Now, I did do a video about how to set up Higgsfield and Claude, and I'll drop that up top and also in the description. But to make sure that you have this connection, you're going to go into connectors, and it should say something right here with Higgsfield. If not, you're going to have to do add custom connector, and I walk you through that all in the video. But once that connection is set up, now we gotta make the carousel and the storyboard skill so that it can automatically do it. Now for the carousel and the story, we do have a setup prompt. So if I go into the carousel, you'll see step 1 is going to say, use this prompt to set it up. So we'll just do copy and kind of the same thing, go into skills and put this there, as well as the actual skill underneath it. And it's gonna be the same thing with the character storyboard. You have your setup prompt, and then you have the actual skill. Now we got 2 more steps. Remember, we can't skip anything. And this one's going to allow us to scale ourselves and not having to record videos all the time. So now we're doing the video side and setting up HeyGen and Claude to talk to each other. Now, first things first, to automate this, we gotta go inside of HeyGen and pick out the avatar we always wanted to use and the voice we wanted to use. Now, the way that I have the skills set up, it's gonna always ask me if I want an indoor avatar or an outdoor avatar. Why? Because what I wanna do is have a variety of avatars. So I will pick this one as well as this one right here. And all I would need is the actual copy the avatar ID for both of them. And we're actually going to do the same thing with voices, because inside of HeyGen, it does clone your voice, but I also have it hooked up to 11 Labs. So either way, you can use the HeyGen voice, or you can set up a third party with 11 Labs to clone your voice. And so the same thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go into the voice that you want and hit get voice ID. But the important part is to have those IDs, because when you have the setup prompt for your skill, it's going to ask for that. So just replace the voice ID right here with your actual one, the indoor avatar and the outdoor avatar. Now, if you don't have an indoor outdoor, that's fine. This is where you'll just tell it I have one avatar and just put it there and it will adjust. We're gonna do the same process that we've been, take the setup prompt, then as well as take the full skill and put it inside of Claude. And now let's put it all together so we never have to worry about doing this over and over again. Now, the last thing that we're going to do is set up this last skill that brings it all together, which is the whole DraftLoop. Now, once this is set up to trigger all that we did, all we have to type in is run the full pipeline. So this is the full skill instruction, and we're going to copy this and create this skill. Now, my suggestion is creating a Cowork project called DraftLoop to have this run so it knows the instructions that you want and it knows exactly what you want to do. So as you can see, I already have mine set up, but if we was to make it from scratch, we'll hit new project. We'll go start from scratch, DraftLoop, Have that up top, and then you're going to paste these instructions. Now, I'm going to give you the instructions inside of Notion, but what I want you to do is reverse engineer it so it can customize it to your brand and your content and all the skills that you just created. And what you're going to put into these files, let's say you have a logo, let's say you have your AI character, let's say you have the certain type of carousels that you want it to look like, you're going to put all of those files right in here, and then memory is on and hit create. So anytime you have a transcript, you're going to put it right here, and then you say, can you run the full content pipeline? Hit enter, and it's going to start. So once I add my prompt, it's going to ask me my call to action. It's going to go through my content audit. So it figured out the tweets from it. It figured out the threads from it. LinkedIn post, just the topic wise, because this is just the audit. It hasn't written anything out just yet. But you can see that it's creating everything, right? And for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say yes. But normally I would comb through it and kind of make tweaks for however I want it to be. So now that I say yes, it's going to start working. And with Cowork, it shows you the whole progress. So it already did the content audit, and now it's writing all the written content. It's going to do the visuals, it's going to do the video, and then do the carousel. And now you can see it's starting to make the carousels, all the images with the text that we already approved. Here is the character story that we made.
I had an idea. I sat on it. I thought I had more time. Ideas come from God. If you don't execute, it goes to somebody else. They may not do it as well as you can. Act on what was given to you.
And as you can see, it created my talking head video right here in HeyGen. If there's a part you're not sure is gonna work, that's probably gonna work, hands down. And the reason is simple. We overthink. Your first instinct was fine. If you thought, I think this could work, but I'm not sure, post it. It'll probably work. And it saved all the written content, the images, and the videos inside of my Google Drive. Now, this is where AI has truly become a content machine by you just giving it one thing and it creates everything else. Now, HeyGen isn't completely required to run DraftLoop. Some people don't feel comfortable cloning themselves, but I wanted to show you the process. If you don't want to add that, you can remove it in your instructions. And that is my complete content system called DraftLoop. I'm going to give you the Notion page. That's going to be in the description. You do need a Higgsfield subscription to run it and a HeyGen subscription to run it, but it's all inside of Claude once you have it all connected. And if you want to learn more about Claude Cowork and building out your whole marketing team, I got that right here.